Good morning, everybody. So we are in week, told you eventually I wouldn't be able to remember just off the top of my head. We're in week 22, which is our second dose of 2.4. Last week was surprisingly fine. I was super nervous about graduating to 2.4, but everything seems to have gone just fine. All right, we're going to put it against the skin, press until you hear a click. It's about 10 seconds. You'll hear a second click, and then you wait until the yellow stops moving, which takes about 10 seconds from the end of the first click. Oh, yeah, that one burned a lot. That one burned a lot. And I can see that one bubbling, which is a first for me. Anyway, so I see a lot of comments about like some needles hurting more and thinking that it's a larger gauge needle. I don't believe there's a larger gauge needle. What I do notice though is certain times it stings more. I actually made a concerted effort. Leaving a little. I actually made a concerted effort to take that out of the freezer quite a bit beforehand because it was a little stingy last time. And I probably left this out of the fridge longer than I've ever left one out, and it still was more stingy. This was the stingiest one I've ever done. So I've taken them fresh out of the fridge. I've waited and done it after they've been out a while, and it seems completely random as to when they sting more. I don't know why. It could be hormones. It could be just it could just be hitting different certain days. Who knows? But the needle definitely doesn't hurt. I'm a person that does not like needles. I love that you can't see the needle in these pens. I don't have to look at them. I don't have to mess with them. I know with Ozempic, you guys have to change out your needles because you just have one pen, which is nice in other ways because you can adjust your own dosage. But I don't. With Wegovy, it's just a single dose pen. So anyway, you can see that all of the drugs have been dispensed. Anywho, getting ready to just make myself some breakfast. This is going to be kind of another weird-ish week. My husband belongs to a nonprofit. He's been doing this since he was 13 years old. He does something called Amp Guard. Some people call it LARPing. My husband is not in it for the role play. He's in it so that he can fight people without getting sued. That's what he likes to say. Anyway, it's basically medieval recreation fighting with foam weapons. So, kind of like SCA, but not like metal weapons and stuff like that. There are people that still do wear plate mail and scale mail and things like that. There's several different parts of the game that people enjoy a lot of, arts and sciences and crafting and sewing and things like that, which is stuff that I plan to get into. I have been planning to get into pretty much since Richard and I moved to Texas, and it hasn't happened yet. But it'll happen eventually. Anyway, when the pandemic was declared, we were actually at an Interkingdom event. It's the largest event pretty much the largest event in the country that happens on a yearly basis, called Spring War. There's usually anywhere from 400 to 600 people that come to this event. And we were at Spring War when the pandemic was declared 2 years ago. So last year, for obvious reasons, they canceled the event. And this will be the first post-COVID Spring War. So we're going to be going this weekend. We're not going for the whole time. The event takes place Wednesday through Saturday, and then everybody cleans up and goes home on Sunday because it is a camp out. But we normally go for the entire time this year because of Richard's work schedule and wanting to make sure that we have enough vacation days for him to go to my nephew's wedding in May. He decided that he didn't want to go take any vacation days. So we're going to be going after he gets off work on Friday, and we'll be staying in a hotel overnight Friday night. We'll be there all day Saturday. We'll be staying in a hotel Saturday night. And then hopefully Richard doesn't have to work this Sunday. It is his weekend to drive to Lubbock, but he's asked his boss if there's any way for him to switch weekends or have somebody take his or whatever, so that he's not, because he'll be up pretty late on Saturday night. We both will. So anyway, We're going to be at that Friday and Saturday, so my eating schedule is going to get kind of a little bit thrown off, but I mean, I'll still be keeping track of things. I'm still, obviously, I'm on the Wegovy, so there's only so much I can eat. But I'm going to be taking some snacks with me and stuff like that that are a little bit healthier so that I'm not just at the whim of whatever it is that they have to eat around. Because it tends to be like camping food, like a lot of chips and stuff like that, which, I mean, I allow myself to eat chips, but it's really easy to get carried away calorie wise on chips just because they're empty calories and they're, I mean, very calorie dense. So probably going to bring some grapes with me and maybe some cheese and crackers and things like that, just so that I can make it a little bit easier to stay on track while I'm there. We'll definitely be going out to eat with my husband's fighting company, and it should just be a really, really great time. I'm very much looking forward to this weekend. I will film some of that, but not a ton. If you're curious about AmpGuard, there are a bunch of YouTube videos out there about it. It's AMTGARD. And so you're welcome to see what it's all about and what the fighting is like. But I'm sure I will probably video some of the fighting and some of the hanging out and stuff like that. As long as I remember. You guys know how that goes. So anyway, I hope y'all are having a great week, and I will talk to you soon. Good morning. So I don't have my car today, which is why you guys are kind of in a weird spot. There's a spot on the dash in my husband's car where the phone will sit and not fall over and I don't have to touch it. So just kind of giving you guys a little bit of an update in regard to the Wegovy semaglutide compound situation. So I am on my way down to a doctor in San Antonio, which is about 2 hours south of me. I really would have preferred not to have to go this far, but I've been in touch with with Stonegate Pharmacy and talked to the pharmacist there, and this particular doctor's office, Vital Life Wellness in San Antonio, they work very closely with them. In fact, they're getting ready to open up a pharmacy in one of their locations. So he said that he knew for sure that they would prescribe the compound for me. Oops, sorry. So he knew for sure that they would prescribe the compound. I'm not super pleased about having to go this far to do that, but at the same time, I'm not really interested in just driving all over creation to try and find a doctor and keep spending money to go to different doctors in the hopes that maybe they will write me a compound prescription. So I'm making a 2-hour trek for a sure thing. Now, the good thing is that once I've seen them and they have me in their system and they've met me in person, any future appointments that I have with them can be done via telemedicine. It's just they have to meet me in person for the first time. So I only have 2 pens left of the Wegovy. So obviously that's why we're in this situation now where I don't want to be without it for any length of time. And I need to make sure that if I'm going to get on the compound that this happens soon. So I will check in with you guys after the doctor's appointment to let you know how it goes. And maybe we'll finally be at the end of this saga to try and stay on this Wegovy. I did call Walmart Pharmacy yesterday and speak with the lead technician because she had asked me to call her when I only had about 2 pens left. And as of yesterday, I had 2 pens left. And she called and tried to submit the claim to see if Novo Nordisk would extend the coupon, but they didn't, just like I thought. All these people keep saying, oh, they're extending my coupon, but I don't think that's what it is. I think it's that, I mean, they may have had the $25 coupon, but I have a feeling that whatever their insurance covered, the difference was probably no more than $200 to $500. And that's why they're still only paying $25, because Novo Nordisk has told me multiple times, and they've told my pharmacist multiple times, that they will not be renewing or extending the $25 bridge program. So if you are lucky enough to have insurance that covers enough of it, that's amazing. Walmart did tell me that it would only be $500, which is $300 less than the last time that I checked with them. So I don't know if the price of Wegovy has gone down, if the amount that Walmart's charging for it has gone down, because I still only have that $500 discount, which would mean that they were only charging $1,000 for it instead of $1,600 for it, which is what they were charging before. So I'm just gonna turn on some music and navigate all this traffic because I'm driving during rush hour. My appointment's at 10. Super excited about that. I wasn't obviously thinking, I just took whatever the first appointment was she told me that they had when I called last week. So anyway, I hope y'all are having an awesome day, and I will see you in a few hours. Okay. So I meant to check in with you guys earlier, but traffic has been absolutely insane. and Waze is having me get on the freeway, off the freeway, on the freeway, off the freeway. I needed to stop and get gas, so I figured I would come on and tell you guys. So I had my appointment with Dr. Weber. First I got there and the front office lady was like, we don't have an appointment for you on our schedule today. And I was like, I drove 2 hours to get here. You better have a scheduled appointment for me. So they didn't have me scheduled, but thankfully they went ahead and put me in on the appointment book. And I had to wait a little bit, but not long, like maybe 15, 20 minutes. And then Dr. Weber came in and saw me, and I kind of explained my whole situation. I told her what's been going on, and I was like, I know you guys work with Stonegate, and I said, what I really need is just this semaglutide compound that they make so that I can keep taking it in a way that's affordable. And it was just like, no problem. I told her that what my first primary care doctor had said, that it was too much work. And she was like, it's no work to write a prescription. It's not. It's ridiculous. So she kind of confirmed my feelings, which felt good. But I have a follow-up appointment with them in 3 months, which they will do via telemedicine. So I don't have to go in there. I don't have to drive back down here because the traffic coming down wasn't bad, but going back up, it's just a nightmare. Like, it's just like traffic the whole way home. So it's not going to be a fun drive. I may or may not be able to make it home to eat lunch because I'm starting to get hungry, and like it keeps saying my ETA is getting further and further away. Anyway, I just want to let you guys know, as of this moment, Stonegate has my prescription for the compound. So in theory, we are still on this journey together. Now, if you're watching this, asking about Wegovy specifically, I have 2 more weeks that I'm going to be on Wegovy. And then after that, I will be taking a semaglutide compound. So I will no longer be on the name brand Wegovy. I will be on basically a compounded generic. It will still be semaglutide, so it's still the same drug. It's just not going to be the name brand. So I want to be 100% upfront about that. And I'm going to have to probably start saying that every time I take my dose every week after 2 weeks from now, because I'm going to be taking a rapid dissolve sublingual tablet instead of doing the subdermal injection. So we just going to keep on keeping on, y'all. We got this. It's skeleton time. No judgment. This is what my kitchen looks like today. I'm prepping for that the weekend, and yesterday I had my appointment to go get the compounded semaglutide, which meant that I was gone pretty much all day. So I didn't get any cleaning done, and then I had to make dinner last night, and then I was really, really tired. I will say that this 2.4 milligram, if y'all have been with me since the beginning, you may remember my 0.25 milligram, my very first dose. I was so tired that first day, but then I mostly got over it. I will say both last week and this week, on the day of the shot and the day after the shot, I have been exhausted. Like, just by late afternoon, like, I'm just tired. I don't want to do anything. So I know I could push through that and make it happen anyway, but I haven't. And so now here we are. So we're just going to push through it, and we're going to do it, and it's going to be great. And I'm bringing you with me for some cleaning motivation because I know if you're watching, I won't get distracted and stop and do other things. So let's suck it up and get it done.
One more day. I really wanted to get it right. Trying to find some balance. In my life, but I never really put up a fight. Didn't follow my dreams, and now I'm losing sleep. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. Just listen to me as I say. Slow it down, dreams still yours if you want it. Enjoy the ride.
And just like that, we are mostly done with the kitchen. Still a couple little things, but it is 99% better than it was before. I hope you get some cleaning done today. Good morning. So it's Friday and I'm ready to swing. Anyway, we are on our way to Uncle Tanner and Aunt Nikki's house. Miss Helios is going to spend the weekend with them while Richard and I go to Springmore. He absolutely loves their dog Bailey. They are bestest friends. That's his girlfriend. So anyway, it's been a pretty good week. It's been a weird week. I'm still adapting to the 2.4. It's definitely different than the other doses, the maintenance dose. People say it hits different, and it hits different. I haven't had this kind of appetite suppression and like quickness being full since I started the 1 milligram. I'm currently eating a Nature's Bakery fig bar, blueberry flavor, because the thought of eating a whole breakfast this morning was like, bleh. No, I didn't want to do it. You smelling my blueberry bar. This weekend's going to be a little weird because, again, I'm not necessarily in charge of what I can eat, and we're going to be in an area with restaurants that I don't know. So we're just going to do our best to track things as much as we can. I do have a surplus of calories available because, again, this week I haven't been able to eat as much with the 2.4. So anyway, I hope you're having an awesome weekend doing whatever you're doing. I know Helios is going to have an amazing weekend. And Richard and I are going to have a great time as well. Hey y'all. So I'm at the camp out. It's been a couple days. We've just been really busy with everything that's going on, and I haven't really had time to film. I haven't really thought about filming. We've just kind of been hanging out, and I've gotten to see a bunch of people that I haven't seen in, I mean, some of them close to 10 years. So it's been good. I will do my best to take more video or pictures tonight at court. Hey y'all, I completely and totally forgot and left my left my phone holder in the house. Like, I took it out of my husband's car to make sure I could put it back in mine so that I would have it today, and then I left it in the apartment. And now, because we were out of town yesterday, when I normally would go grocery shopping with Nikki, I need to go get groceries today at HEB also. So I'm just heading to the Heb, as we like to call it. Just wanted to let y'all know what was happening and why you're not seeing Nikki this week. I'm sad because I don't really get to see Nikki this week either. Alright guys, well, I'll probably do a little bit of filming in the grocery store as I do, and then I will see y'all on the flip side. Look how cute she is. She's got little ears. Does she have a tail? Oh my god. I love her. Alright guys, we've got the teensiest grocery haul this week. I got some navy beans for that white chicken chili, some garlic, green onion, some rotel, and salsa verde. I picked up these organic red strawberries. Do strawberries come in? Well, they do come in. Anyway, I got these organic strawberries because they were on sale for $2.50. So excited. Strawberry season is coming. I picked up these Chinese style lo mein noodles for the Mongolian beef noodle dish thing. I wanted to get some snow peas and broccoli, but they were out of snow peas. And this was on sale for 50% off. It's just like broccoli and carrots and red cabbage already cut up and washed and ready to go. So I was like, meh. And then I also picked up some mushrooms for that stir fry and some water chestnuts. And lastly, I grabbed a pint of my cookie dough because last week I got that non-dairy ice cream and it was booty. So this is it. I will put the total here. Bye. All right, just taking a peek at next week's menu. So for breakfast, we're going to keep doing the chicken sausage breakfast tacos with tots and fruit. And then I'm also going to make my cinnamon apple granola yogurt bowls. I did a video on that a while back. I'll put a link up here somewhere to it. And then for lunches this week, I still have some leftovers to get through from last week, and I'll have leftovers from dinners this week, which will be killer white chili and Mongolian beef noodles with a veggie stir fry that I'm going to do. So the rest of the week we do some form of leftovers, and we go out to eat several times on the weekend. So if you're interested in seeing these recipes, make sure you're subscribed and you hit the notification bell so you know as soon as my cooking video goes live next week. Hey y'all, so we reached the end of week 22. It was a very busy week outside of the norm of what we're normally doing around here, which I guess is what outside of the norm means. It's been a long morning already. Anyway, I just wanted to get on and go through the week and talk about some side effects, non-scale victories, and of course my results. Side effects wise, I really didn't notice anything new. This was week 2 of 2.4, and I mean, I was still feeling fine. I think I mentioned earlier in the week that I definitely do notice fatigue on this one for the day of and the day after the shot. Like it's noticeable. I mean, it's nothing that I can't just kind of push through and suck it up, but I definitely am noticing that fatigue a little bit more on the 2.4 than I did on the prior doses, other than my very first dose of that 2.4 milligram. That was really it for side effects. The magnesium is still doing its job beautifully. Not really noticing anything else. So non-scale victories, I would say probably the biggest one was while I was at Spring War over the weekend, seeing people that I hadn't seen in a long time. I mean, pretty much everybody commented on my weight loss and, just telling me how good I looked. And a friend of mine even started calling me Minnie, which I thought was hilarious. I mean, I've had that nickname before, but never for the reason that she was calling me that. So anyway, obviously that feels really good anytime anybody notices that all of the effort that you're putting in and all of the hard work that you're doing just kind of seems all that much more worth it when, people are starting to notice that you are looking differently. So to the results. So I ended up with 1,420 excess calories this week. It came on the end of I end my week on Sunday, and we went out to lunch with people before we headed back home from the event, and we ate out at a Mexican restaurant. The food was delicious. But then by the time we got home and we unloaded everything, we did all of that. Like, I was just exhausted. We both were. And the thought of just trying to figure out how to eat another heavy meal or, pack a bunch of food in my mouth. I mean, I did eat, a little bit, not a little bit more, but like heavier food than I normally would, just trying to soak up some of those excess calories. But I was like, forget it. I'll leave it as it is, because I just wasn't feeling up to, gorging myself on a bunch of extra calories. So I definitely didn't do the best job with being distracted with prepping to go on the trip, with eating more calories towards the beginning of the week and stuff like that. I didn't do as good of a job at that as I have been in previous weeks. And I do think that in part contributed to my weight loss this week. So when I stepped on the scale, I lost 1.2 pounds, which is still, not insignificant just in light of the last few weeks. It was obviously quite a bit less than what I have been losing, which brought my total so far to 59 pounds lost even. So obviously I'm over the moon with that. The fact that I've lost almost 60 pounds at this point in less than 6 months is fantastic. So I will say the other thing that I think contributed to that number is that my average sleep for this last week was only 7.5 hours. I try to make sure that I'm getting more than 8 hours of sleep every night. Over the weekend, obviously I did not sleep as much or the greatest, just because we were in a hotel. We were staying out super late, hanging out with people, and it just ended up being not, camping events are never conducive to the best sleeping in the world. So that I think also contributed as well to the less. But I will take a loss anytime. So anyway, I hope you guys had an awesome week. I know this was probably a longer video with all of the other stuff that was in it, so thanks for sticking around if you're still here. If you haven't subscribed and joined my YouTube family, please feel free to do so. We would love to have you here. I post cooking and weight loss results videos every week. So anyway, for those of you that are subscribers, thank you again so much for all of your support and your kind words every week to me. I truly don't know that I would be where I'm at right now without you guys. So I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.
Feels like we're learning to be better without what's been holding us back now. Let's move closer to a new history. Find out what we can be.